But the fact that we can't save ourselves from our sinful condition hardly leaves us off the hook. Our Lord says in the Gospel, "Truly, truly, I say to you, everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin. The slave does not remain in the house forever," which is to say, this sinful condition we've inherited from Adam and the first Eve, it is not a neutral state. It is an awful thing. A slave has no inheritance rights, of course, but the only alternative to living under the Father's heavenly embrace is the outer darkness, the bitter pains of everlasting condemnation. But there is hope even for us lost miserable sinners. For what other kind of person will you meet in this life? Christ our Lord has redeemed us. Therefore, he assures us, if the Son sets you free, you are free indeed, for the Son does remain in the house forever. Our Lord Jesus set the captives free, not only from physical enslavement or economic debt, frightening prospects themselves, but from the prison house of hell itself. We know from the Creed that Christ's state of glorification began with his descent into hell. And as we sang a few moments ago in Dr. Voltaire's great hymn, the conquering Lord lifts his banner on high. He lives, yes, he lives, and will never more die. St. Bonaventure depicts the event of the descent into hell in rich scriptural imagery, Bonaventure being steeped in the Psalms, the Old and New Testament readings which decorate this event and help in our minds flesh out something which we cannot fathom from experience. Says the Minister General of the Franciscan Order, "Now that the combat of the Passion was over and the bloody dragon and raging lion thought that he'd secure victory by killing the Lamb, the power of the divinity began to shine forth in his soul as it descended into hell. By this power our strong lion of the tribe of Judah, rising against the strong man who was fully armed, tore the prey away from him, broke down the gates of hell, and bound the serpent." The resurrection and the harrowing of hell, as we know it from tradition, is not only the classic story of the prince rescuing the princess from the dragon or from the tyrant. It is that, but more so it follows upon the heels of Christ's humiliating death and burial, all meant to satisfy the wrath of God. Jesus, now no longer suffering, presents his wounds before the powers of Hades as proof that grim death and the old serpent have no legal claim on sinners.